Hope you enjoy everyone. This is Sullivan. I was giving my latest review on Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans Season 2, Episode 21, for whom. This episode was really emotional. Like, for example, they just lost their friend Shino in battle. He gave his life for them. And everybody is like feeling it, Even Mikazuki was feeling it, how everything was different. They gone through so much. And they knew from the beginning this was going to be an unbeatable battle. This was an unbeatable battle. And they still went in, because they know if they win this, they could become King of Mars, make their dreams come true, get all that power. But if they didn't, it would lead to some. They would never change. Things would be different. Seeing this. Let's talk about Mikazuki first. Mikazuki went crazy, all over Julieta. I know Raster asked her to fight against, Barbatos and Mikazuki because Mikazuki is their best pilot. By getting him out of the fray, he was able to, hold their movements. However, things didn't go as well as they thought. Like for example, finding out that this is definitely a very grim situation. The way he beat her, he destroyed her. He turned her whole mobile suit into pieces. Julieta was so banged up, everything. She could have been killed. Yet she still kept on fighting, even after her mobile suit was ripped to pieces. After she was left, with barely with a machine that wasn't even look like a mobile suit. Even when she was bloody and almost unconscious, she was still willing to fight. Mochizuki, his words were subtle, like "Get out of my way." Like I told you before, you talk too much. Because she was talking about how proud she was to be a soldier of Roster, being his right hand. And giving her life for it. She was willing to die. But Mikazuki, let her live. For now, he could have easily destroyed her. Her mobile suit was nothing but pieces and bits. Sorry if I talked about Mikazuki a lot, but when he gets serious, he gets serious. That's something you got to consider. A lot happened, in this battle. Tekkadan right now is in shambles. Over half of their fleet was destroyed. This was a big deal. They knew this was an unwinnable battle from the start. Even though Shino gave their life, they gave them a chance to try to make an opening for them. But when he died, he still let them a chance to escape. They knew the battle was going to be unwinnable from the start, but now, so everybody right now they're grieving over what to do right now. Shino's death really shook them all up. Some are even guessing on what should we keep fighting or even like Orga himself was like guessing what should he do next. Orga himself. So he knew that there was no place for him to return to. Yet they still believed in his words. They still believed in him, and that he was gonna help them achieve their dream and move forward, become King of Mars. Yamagi called him a bit of a coward, saying that his words were lies, but everybody's frustrated. Yeah, it looked like Yamagi, he was very close to Shino. Oh, very, very close. Like, he really cared for Shino as friends. But Yuji also reminded him that Shino, knew the risk, yet he still gave his life doing this, Basically saying that he's gonna, he was gonna keep going. He knew the risk, yet he still didn't care. He still wanted to do this for his family, for his friends, for Tekkadan. Everybody is like right now thinking of it. Being a little upset. They're all what you call a bit of mourning. We also get to see the enemy on the other side. Over half of their fleet is destroyed. McGillis was even out on the battlefield as well in Gundam Bio. He took on Galio in his new mobile suit, his new Gundam. The battle was pretty much a little bit even a bit. Both of them using the Elena Vignana. However, it seems that Galio uses an improved version of the Elena Vignana. He could have had him. It looked like McGillis could have had him for a second, but because of a previous injury he sustained in his hand, not because of combat, something else. Not because of combat, because of something else. No, that prevented him from dealing a serious blow because of his severe injuries. Yeah, that's one thing. I don't know. McGillis, being a good person the best he could, not being a good person, he even lost his his lieutenant Isarugi died. I gave his life for McGillis because he knows that McGillis' dreams to make it because he wants to help McGillis achieve his dream to make things happen. Apparently, we get to hear a bit of his backstory as he dies. That he grew up on Mars as an orphan. He had no power, and but he grew up to try to accomplish his dreams and stuff like that. He thinks that by following McGillis in the Revolutionary Army, that things could change for him. That people wouldn't be exactly like him, and that Gallo being of the Baldwin clan and being very wealthy wouldn't understand that. But this is a conflict of ideals. McGillis uses people a little bit. He used them a lot, even people that had died, for him, for the wrong reasons. He betrayed Gallo. They really much hate each other because they're competing with each other's goals. Literally, whoever wins this battle will change the face of history, controlling all that power, becoming the king of Mars and everything. We get to see character development on one side, like for example Julieta, even though she's alive, she barely survived Barbatos. Migazuki almost killed her. One of the things she said about the boy, about Migazuki, the fact that he can fight so well, so hardly in that machine, that he's barely even human anymore. Right? It's like fighting the devil. And that's a quote from the original Gundam, because the Mobile Suit Gundam was called the White Devil. For being their greatest enemy in the front line of battle, And the Elena Manana can bring out a human's abilities to their fullest. So it makes sense when you think about it. And this is Migazuki you're talking about, It looks like she wants to keep on fighting despite that, but it also looks like she wants to continue fighting to gain the power to fight on equal terms with Barbatos, She wants to make sure that her and Barbatos, she wants to fight Barbatos again. Even though that may be a bit crazy, She's still willing to give her life for Roster in battle. We also get to see that Roster comes up with a backup plan. What that backup plan is, I'll tell you in a minute. We head back to Tekkadan, Everybody right now is in grief what they're going to do next. Then they go back to Mars. It looks like they're going to try to resupply. Alright, it's a very desperate plan, but it's going to be very risky. We also get to see that, Migazuki and Olga talking about it. Migazuki's a bit, frustrated the fact that he let himself be distracted. Sorry if I went to the screen, I had to adjust something. That he's frustrated the fact that he never got a chance to wipe out all his enemies because he was their best pilot, and this was Roster's plan to get rid of Migazuki and Barbatos so they wouldn't be involved in the battle too much. Take out their biggest player right away. However, they're still willing to believe in each other. They're still willing to go through all this trouble, all this, seeing everything, because they've been through the same things before. They've beaten the odds, but this time, can they beat the odds? They're still willing to do this because they have no place left to return to when this whole thing is finished. It's an all or nothing battle. That's all I gotta say. But one of the things I gotta know, the episode ends with them trying to get to Mars, but it looks like they've been denied access by some of the people. It looks like the guy who's that McGillis is talking to. He was the same guy that Roster was thinking about. So he set up this whole thing from the start. He knew that things were gonna get crazy. So he came up with a backup plan. He knew that McGillis would probably try to do something like this, but he had a plan just in case. Like the entry guy, he's not gonna let McGillis pass because now he's no longer a member of Gallahorn officially. He's been declared as a traitor, so he's not. So they're not going to let him just get his way, which is going to be crazy. I can't wait to see what happens next. It looks like we're going to go back to Mars. It looks like it's going to be a big, conflict on Mars. I can't wait to see what happens next. That's all I got to say. Hope you enjoyed today's one. Subscribe. Thank you. I'm sorry if I sound messed up. I'm actually a bit sick right now. I'm out. See you guys later.